they tried to rehash Sisterhood Social, and it didn't work out that great. I'm sorry.
But the ending was super metal.
The ending was awesome.
But oh my god.
Everything leading up to it was just...
This is the only time I can say Applejack was cringeworthy.
Uh-huh.
And it's not because of... Well, actually, yeah, it is because of how she was... It was everything. Ashley Ball, you could tell she really tried to make the dialogue work, but... For someone like Applejack really acted like Twilight in this episode to me.
And I'm going to kind of break down a little bit about Applejack in other episodes compared to how she was this episode, so be prepared for that.
It's like, hey, Brony.
Sorry, Applejack fans, you're about to get a face whooping.
Sorry, so it's like, hey, sorry, every Brony that liked all that Applejack development where it's shown that she was calm, collected, strong-willed, intelligent person. That's been
replaced by a cringeworthy mother figure.
Yeah, that's been recanted. Recanted? Retracted? No. Retconned. That's been retconned.
Retconned. There you go.
All right, let's start off the review.
All right.
Okay, so the episode opens up with, oh my god, this episode. it's like, you ever remember when you first saw The Dark Knight Rises, and when you watch it, you're like, oh, this isn't that bad. This is kind of cool. But the more you think about it, it just leaves a sour taste in your mouth.
I've actually only seen it once, even though I own the trilogy on DVD.
Oh, come on.
I've seen The Dark Knight like 5 or 6 times.
Well,
easily.
Hasn't, you know?
I know. Because, come on, Heath Ledger is amazing. Oh, did you hear who they should cast as the new Joker?
Who?
Willem Dafoe.
Wait, the guy that was the Green Goblin in the first Spider-Man?
Yes.
That could work.
His expressions are perfect for it.
William Dafoe is awesome.
Yes,
I like his movies.
Yes.
But
anyway, so the episode starts off with Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scoodle sitting there, and you hear hushed voices of Granny Smith, Big Mac, and Applejack. And they're like, you know, this could change everything forever and all this other stuff. The family comes in, and Granny Smith said,
You're a wizard, Apple Bloom.
We have decided that you are allowed to be on your own for an afternoon.
Now, this is one of those things where it's like, to us, it's kind of... With our old age, it's kind of like, oh, okay.
Oh, get off my lawn!
Yeah, I'll put a boot in your face. But I remember when I was a kid, I was like, dude, let me stay home alone. I think every kid wants that. There's that excitement of being on their own, being independent and stuff. Well, us single kids anyway. Not single. Non-sibling having...
Only child.
Us only child.
Yes.
Yeah. But, so she's pumped. And Applejack, this is where the Twilight thing comes in. Applejack makes Apple Bloom a giant list of things to do. But it's not just things to do. It's helpful reminders, like to turn the stove on.
Or it's like, if you need to get silverware out of the silverware drawer, you need to open the drawer first. I'm like, oh.
It's like, okay, we got. This is real. Oh my god. Okay, so Apple Bloom actually does a decent job of getting everything done. She follows the rules, cleans everything up. Applejack then bursts through the door, messing everything up, causing her to fall over and spill spaghetti.
By the way, the reason that they were leaving in the first place was because Granny Smith had to go somewhere on the train.
Convenient.
No, on the taxi. Convenient. And both Applejack and Big Mac have these pies to deliver to different dangerous areas of Equestria. So, you know. But then Applejack comes and through an accident, which was caused by Applejack, she freaking falls over.
She turns the kitchen into 4chan.
Yeah. It was just a big
everywhere.
mess. And do you notice that Apple Bloom says, "This is kind of your fault"? I'm like, thank you.
By the way, real quick note, new writer today. Name is Sonny Sonnenberg. That's his last name.
Barry Sonnenberg, sorry.
The hell is that?
Barry Sonnenberg, I think he's a writer for like Futurama or something.
Oh wow, man, we need to get one of those guys on this show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, John, tell everyone where you're broadcasting out of.
I am broadcasting out of Greensboro, North Carolina.
He's kidding. He's actually in the white room that they put crazy people in.
Oh, stop it, you. Even that couldn't contain me. But no. I am broadcasting from North Carolina.
Over there.
Yes. No, but I am in North Carolina. So no, don't expect me to start getting a southern drawl here. No, I'm not going to do that.
That's it for the Applejack, Apple Bloom episode.
I'm a blue collar through and through.
Whoa. That's heavy. That's more southern than Leonard. That's more southern than Leonard Skinner.
That's more heavy than heavy metal.
Whoa, bro. Whoa. That's more southern than my NRA hat. Yeah, I have one of those. Not mine, great uncle's. But anyway.
Back to the episode.
So anyway, so Apple Bloom conspire. So Applejack just keeps hovering over
and
Apple
babying
Bloom for days. Yeah, for days. It's like
for days.
It totally, to me, it kind of irks me because it defeats It defeats two things. One, the progress of the whole "I ain't that little of a sister" when she's talking to Apple Bloom all the way back at season 1. Man, that seems like a millennium ago.
I know.
But and it takes away the established good, trusting, and healthy relationship between the Apple siblings. I mean, Pinky Apple Pie, we got to see a bit more into that, but that was just one hiccup over 4 years worth of episodes. So
I'll tell you one thing, though. Here's where I want to kind of dissect Applejack here. Now, in the show, we've seen her to be very level-headed most of the time. Here, she's not level-headed at all. She's constantly freaking out.
Like Twilight.
Or
Rarity.
Or, yeah, probably a combination of the two.
Well, Rarity's never been that overprotective of anybody. Maybe her dresses, but, you know.
And then, in Sisterhood Social, she says it's a give and take. You've been doing a whole lot giving, or a whole lot of taking, but you haven't been giving a whole lot of giving.
Yeah, this is the opposite. She's doing a whole lot of giving.
Yet, there are opposites here. Rarity was doing a whole lot of taking and not enough giving. Applejack was giving a lot of giving and not enough taking.
Yeah, she was kind of cray.
Yeah.
She was so cray,
but not in a good way. She was cray, but not in a good way.
It gets to the point to where Apple Bloom feels like the only way to redeem herself is to go out and get revengeance and deliver the pies to Applejack. By the way, what happened to Big Mac? Are we supposed to assume that he delivered his half of the shipment and then walked back, or like seriously, what happened to him?
I don't know. But here's another thing that ANY pointed out. Why the heck are they like? Why the heck did Big Mac not stop Applejack? He just like shaked his head and moved on. Before he's been freaking like even in Applebuck season. Biting off more than you can chew is something I was afraid of. See?
Man, they could have had Big Mac be... See, that one line there really makes me think... Or, like, even when they do the newspaper episode, where it's like, Big Mac could really have been a potentially... Not so much wise or mediator, but just this dude that could give off some really important knowledge. Like he could have been a pseudo teacher or advice giver whenever Twilight wasn't there.
Although, we did see a little bit in Pinky Apple Pie, you tell me that if I have the courage to jump, the parachute will open. That's like philosophical deep.
Yeah, but we didn't hear him say
if
it.
you take that out of context, it still sounds awesome. You know?
Well, yeah, because it's
just like in any context, it's awesome.
Well, dude, parachutes exist in this world, dude.
I know.
Bullets. That's bullets, guns.
Wait, bullets and guns?
Yeah, because Rainbow Dash said she's faster than a speeding bullet.
That's Superman.
Okay, she said she takes off like a bullet. My point is, my point is, crime is real. Right now, every minute, another pony is getting shot.
In the arms of the angels.
One thumb up equals one prayer.
One share equals one prayer.
Get Bono down here because we need a song.
Yes, we do.
Moves in mysterious ways.
It's alright. It's alright. Alright. She moves in mysterious ways. No. Speaking of songs, though. There was the start of a song.
Oh yeah, we can get to that. So
and it's so horribly sung.
So
it starts off.
Apple Bloom feels the best way to get revenge is to take Applejack's half of the pies. So she has Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo, which they were only in this episode for a few minutes, but like all their interactions, it's just classic. So they give this plan that that they're going to pretend to be Apple Bloom sleeping while she goes, deliver the shipments. So apparently, Apple Bloom has a closet full of nothing but bows.
Well, hey, that's a cartoon trope they haven't tackled yet.
Well,
kind of reminds me of Jimmy Neutron, where all his clothes are the exact same.
I just kept thinking, man, Octavia would be jealous. But so yeah, they're gonna start the song, and then School is like, "We got no time. You gotta go."
Sticks off in the mouth.
Funny. And then Sweetie Belle. By the way, Applejack has baby-proofed everything, including her bed, to where it's now a carriage. This is getting into some weird fetish
I didn't notice that first time I saw it. Oh my gosh.
This is getting into some weird fetish territory, dude.
Like plastic wrapped everything.
This is a kids show? This isn't a kids show, man. This is, I guarantee you, man, season 5, it's going to be TV PG.
It kind of reminds me, though, when she plastic wrapped everything.
We'll be able to get Tombstone pile drivers.
No, but it reminded me of that one Chuck E. Cheese commercial where the mother was like wrapping when her kids were gonna go out biking. She wraps them in like bubble wrap.
Oh yeah,
and she's like, "Bye bye, have fun. Here's a way you can have real fun at Chuck E. Cheese's."
God, Chuck E. Cheese sucks.
It does now. Dave & Buster's is where it's at.
Yeah, dude, Dave & Buster's, bruh. And where they don't have, hey now, you're an all-star on repeat.
Yep.
So, and one of the greatest line in the show, one of them is, Sweetie Belle lays in the bed ready to sleep, but her hair, obviously her hair and fur are way different than Apple's, so while Scootaloo hides in the closet, she tells Sweetie Belle, "No, you have to sleep like Apple Bloom." She's like, "How do I do that?" Like Apple Bloom does everything, with sass. And I'm like, ha! She is pretty sassy for her age.
Although I think
we were British,
I think that would come naturally to Sweetie Belle though too, because Sweetie Belle's really sassy.
If we were British,
those bedroom eyes.
Oh God!
In like every episode.
If I was gonna say, if we were British, we would say, "Applejack, you cheeky bitch." but yeah, can I just point out that Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo were gonna take turns sleeping in the same bed while Scootaloo was in a closet.
Shipping.
Symbolism.
What would that be? Scootabelle?
Yeah.
Sweetie Lou?
Or Sweetie Lou? Yeah. Or
Sweetie Lou.
Oh my God, that's too good.
I think or Scooter Sweet.
Hey, really quick. So,
Yes.
well, really quick before I'm going to continue on, but then I'll ask you. So, Applejack storms in the room. No, comes in the room, and oh yeah, what happens next
She
reminds
keeps
me.
doing it like every 5 seconds.
It reminds me of this old Popeye cartoon where Popeye put his nephews to sleep, but then whenever Popeye shut the door, they would get up and play instruments, and when he come in, they would lay down and sleep real fast. That's what that reminded me of. But anyway, Applejack sees through their lie after Scootaloo gives them away, and I'm like,
Thanks,
come on,
Scootaloo.
you're smarter than that, Scoot.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You're probably the most mature out of the group.
Probably.
Or very close second to Sweetie Belle, because honestly, Sweetie Belle is definitely smart, and she's very downright manipulative sometimes.
Yeah,
like
Sweetie Belle is best manipulator.
Speaking of, it kind of reminds me of the Taking Twilight Time Too Seriously by Fab Equestria, where Josh Scorcher is like, or Commander Firebrand, excuse me, basically says, she's turning out to be like a real... like someone to grow up as an eventual supervillain. Does this look like the face of mercy to you?
Inception music. But Applejack finds out their lie and asks if they brought rubber boots, a lion tamer, and this some fretted shot of
Snake
cheese
charmer.
And a snake charmer. And I was going to ask you, isn't there a Zelda item that you need that's a flute item in like 4 of the games?
I know that it's in Link's Awakening, Link to the Past.
Wind Waker too, right? You need that.
No, Wind Waker was the conductor baton.
Yeah, that's a flute.
No.
Oh no, wait, that's the actual. But I was.
You're talking about the Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
That would be Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. So those are the 4 games. But like in Link's Awakening and Link to the Past, you had the do-do-do-do-do-do, and you would get to warp around the world.
You don't need flutes in Metal Gear. You need guns, stealth, and a radio support team.
Mm-hmm.
And nanomachines.
Yes.
ID tags.
I need air support now.
Lost in love and I don't... Oh, sorry, you said air support. Wait, that's air supply. I'm dumb. So Apple Bloom is suddenly in Halloween Town with orange backgrounds and dead trees, while fire spits up from the ground, and then she gets attacked.
I know! A fire geyser, please! It's like Yellowstone Park, only more metal.
It's like Yellowstone Park, but not on fire.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, no, it is like Yellowstone Park. It's big and on fire.
Mm-hmm.
But, so what happens next is, so then this thing with the body of a lion, with head of a lion, head of a goat, and head of a snake thing.
Head of a tiger.
Head of a tiger,
and that's known as a chimera.
AKA those things you kill a lot in God of War 3.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we want to eat your pies. And I'm like, that's weird for those things to eat, but it is a kid's show. But then the snake's like, we're going to eat some Philly filet. And I'm like, ah.
You know what's funny, though? When they first said that we want these pies, it's like the only thing we can agree on is apple pies. I'm like, I actually had a feeling that chimera may have been the customer that they were looking for.
These aren't the customers you're looking for.
We're sorry, but your customers are in another town.
More like in another part of the swamp.
Yeah.
But you see, the thing is that it didn't... see, if this was in any other media, like a movie or a game or something, this imagery would freak me out, but it's just like, this is a kid's show, and being as attached to the characters as a lot of us bronies are, it's like, oh God, don't eat her! It's like, they aren't, but still, it's like, no, I don't want it. Go away.
Yeah.
Hiya!
So she uses some of her wits. She pushes the cart away, and she's like having the snake chase him around all Star Wars style. And she holds her own pretty well.
Giant camels!
And then she gets cornered. And then all of a sudden, before that, what was it? The goat head was talking to the tiger head, and she was like, I can't agree with my sister on anything. She's annoying to me. And Applebloom's like, I can relate, you know. And I thought they were going to start having a heart-to-heart there, and I'm like, please don't go that route. Thank goodness they didn't.
Yeah, no, yeah, thankfully they didn't talk. They just continued to try and eat her.
Although, did you notice, though, that a lot of the lines for the Chimera were mainly just exposition?
Yeah.
And it was, like, really, like, all the dialogue in this episode was really, like, repeating itself a lot. Exposition. But then, all of a sudden, Applejack comes out.
Applejack. The jack of all apples.
In some sexy leather boots.
Rubber.
Rubber boots.
Sexier.
Excuse me. Sexier rubber boots.
Stupid sexy Applejack. Oh my god. That Applejack exposition, Joe, 3 episodes ago.
Although, honestly, who knows what the R34 community is going to come up with now because she looks good in those rubber boots.
Applejack and Fluttershy are going to become the new queens of R34. Think about it. Fluttershy is the shy, timid one that turned into a vampire.
Uh-huh.
That is like...
And looks adorable in a bee suit. Asking
right.
what kind of
cosplays.
images does this conjure up in your mind?
Characters like her get eaten a lot, get used till death in fandoms.
Mm-hmm.
And now Applejack was blatantly made to look super hot in simple ways, and now she's got rubber boots and she fights things.
Yeah, honestly though, there's probably going to be a lot of dominatrix sort of R34 for Applejack now. Because those rubber boots would work those rubber boots would be a good replacement for latex, I think.
Yeah, there's already a bunch of those for Flutterdash, so...
That's true.
Sometimes Rainbow Dash is submissive.
Oh, anyway.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Neither of us clap, by the way. It's just a source of humor, so, you know.
We're just doing it for fun.
Funsies. So...
Yay.
So Applejack proceeds to kick its ass by putting it to sleep with the ocarina loot, and then having the thing crash through a tree and feeding the goat the fondue of cheese or whatever.
It's like, oh, fondue, my favorite thing.
Fondue's part of my favorite things. So they reconcile.
When the goat chases. Okay, I'm done.
No. So they continue on, and then they get to... I seriously can't tell if the ponies in this village... I couldn't tell if they were redneck or they were supposed to be Mexicano, but... Like, they had bandanas and hats and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, that's awesome. And then...
It's the Apple's long-lost family
that
no one knew about until now.
It's the alternate version of the small family.
No, I'm done.
What? No! This makes 3 times, dude! It was a joke! You guys can see him, I can't. Did he really leave? Alright, well, I guess I'll continue this on my own.
I guess it's only fair.
Oh, you're back, sweet.
Yeah, I guess it's only fair since Brian revealed your name.
Everyone knew your name, though.
They didn't know my last name. Thank you. Anyway.
Oh, I am so fired.
Pack your things and leave your badge by the desk.
Well, who else are you going to do these reviews with?
Fine, you're rehired. Come back in here.
Okay. Because who are you going to hire? Chrome Dash?
Yeah, I haven't spoken to him in ages, dude.
Hi, Chrome.
Hi, Chrome. In case you're watching.
So then that's pretty much the episode. They reconcile like you think they would.
Yeah,
so we don't
but the fact is, this is another one that really gets to me. Applejack gets off scot-free, and Applebloom is commended for doing something against her sister's will.
Last I checked, there needs to be a moment in the show where they have a fight and Apple Bloom goes, "You ain't my ma."
Yeah.
That would be the break, because we love those emotional moments because we're so deep and Faustian like that. Well, I'm probably
honestly, I would love to see that though,
myself.
cause like if that happens, it'll be like you're not my ma, and then it like sparks something within Applejack, and Applejack just runs out of the room and starts bawling, something like that.
That'll be in the movie, which will be the same movie where the changelings actually kill things. Sombra rises from the dead and creates crystal zombies, and where Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash actually kiss, not like did they or didn't they at the end of Camelot Wedding.
The first Pony movie, and it's actually going to like everyone's expectations.
The first Pony movie. Oh wait, no, we'll make it about humans, and then we'll make a sequel
about humans, and then maybe we'll think about the ponies.
How does Twilight get back there? Isn't she like supposed to like wait 200 full moons, which is like 2 years?
30 moons actually,
which is like a month.
30 months. 30 months.
Yeah.
Now, here's what we could do.
I always thought moons meant
we
days.
could do a review of Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks.
Yeah, we could. I gotta
a super 2-hour long podcast review.
Yeah. Hey, pay $5 to hear us talk about stuff.
No, I will never make anyone pay for anything.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's lame about the two best friends is that their podcasts are awesome, but you gotta pay for them.
Or what about the riff track stuff? That's hysterical,
that
but you
sucks.
still have to pay for
The only thing you can find by them on YouTube is little clip compilations.
Yeah, their best moments from episode 1 or whatever.
Or the Twilight ones where they just call Edward gay the whole time.
But I've not seen that yet.
Oh my god, it's funny.
Time to watch it. Anyway.
So
that's it. That's Somepony to watch over me.
I really am super about this episode. I liked it while watching it, but this is the first time I have to give it. I'm giving this episode a 6.
Oh wow!
No, I'll give it a 6. I'll bump it up to a 6.7 only because Apple Bloom was really well written. But Applejack and just the overall execution, I wasn't a big. You rate 7s and 6s all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's just me personally. I gotta give this.
To me, it's low for you to rate them like that.
Oh yeah, I know. Normally, I'm usually eternal optimist about the show, but
I would actually rate this a 5.5 because the entire time I watched it, I was just like, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. No. And
you can tell
it was mainly Applejack. I could not stand Applejack. She was borderline out of character.
Okay, which is bad? Her characterization in this or Rainbow Dash's in Mare-Do-Well? I would almost pick this one. I'm not even kidding.
The thing with Mare-Do-Well, though, is that
every
they made
pony
it...
was out of character.
No. With Mare-Do-Well, Meriwether Williams wrote it so that you actually had to subvertently feel bad for Dash because of how dickish the other main 5 were treating her.
Well, it backfired.
And yep. And this episode,
I'm glad
there's no reason. There's no other people to make her bad.
So
I would probably go with this one.
Plus the thing is that I agree with you. I didn't think about it, but I agree with the fact that Applejack got no repercussions, and Apple Bloom did for basically, trying to take responsibility and prove herself. If she seriously does get grounded, I'm calling ripoff, stage a revolution, anarchy in the Equestria.
Pretty much. So yeah, I think we're about done with this.
You can tell we weren't too impressed because we padded out this review like a mofo.
I know, we could have ended it in like 15 minutes.
I honestly was gonna see, if, like, before we put this on, I was honestly gonna be like, dude, let's try and wrap this up at 18, but, like, I thought, you know what, we'll find some way to make this entertaining, because...
And it worked.
Really quick, worse than Three's a Crowd, in your opinion?
The thing with Three's a Crowd was it was just boring. With this one, it was mildly interesting, so I would put it just above Three's a Crowd. But only slightly.
I might agree with you because, like, to me, it was... Okay, see, I laughed while I watched it, and that's a good thing, because I wasn't laughing at it, I was laughing with the show, but it's like I said when I thought about it, you know, I'm like, because, you know, we watched these on Saturday, but it's like, I was just, you know, so... But the third act was good, but then the payoff for the third act I felt was lacking.
Yeah, the build up to it was just really not fun.
I would kind of put them even, maybe this above Three's a Crowd more. I don't know, ask me when we do a Season 4 retrospective.
Agreed.
Like I did on my channel for Season 3, but then I stopped doing Brony videos.
Yeah. You might be able to get back to him eventually.
Yeah, maybe.
Eventually.
Eventually! That was a cool show.
That's it from me, John.
And me, Brian, I mean Crow, I mean Argon, I mean Twilight, I mean Blood, I mean Foundra, I mean...
Snakeskin!
Yeah, from Solid Snake. Liquid.
Solid Snakeskin.
No, that sounds weird.
No, that's it from me, Big Boss.
And that's it from me, Solid Snake.
And we will talk to you guys later. Peace out, Dragon.
Peace out, Raiden.